Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to introduce over 8 new characters in this story by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one great thing about Episode 9 is that we do know that J.J. Abrams is using all of the new characters as a way in order to evolve the characters of Kylo Ren and Rey in this story. However, I will say that one of the characters that I'm really looking forward to is, of course, the Dark Acolyte. In case you guys did not know, the Dark Acolyte is going to be the new villain in Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, that's going to be used, in a sense, in order to create great conflict within the second and third acts of the film. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for the Dark Acolyte in Episode 9. Now, specifically, a description of a new character in the film dubbed as the Dark Acolyte standing in front of Rey inside of the wreckage of a ship and/or space station. It's described that the character sports a long black cape, black gloves, and has a necklace with some kind of device attached to it that glows red. It's said that the Dark Acolyte has short black hair and a raised collar behind his neck from his outfit. The next describes a rear shot of the Dark Acolyte examining a large tank that is glowing in a green hue with the tubes attaching to the ceiling, while that may or may not be a bacta tank. It's described that the Acolyte appears to be wielding a lightsaber hilt in his right hand that carries a unique design with gold trims and silver edges on the hilt. Another goes over both Kylo Ren and Rey using a force push technique at the same exact time against the Dark Acolyte, where it's described that it barely causes him to move as he is able to use the force to stand his ground. It's described that the Dark Acolyte knows the origins of the dark side and even attempts to turn both Kylo Ren and Rey within the third act of the film. The last goes over the Acolyte viewing a hologram of the galaxy, where it points to a section in the Outer Rim that is said to be the location in which the First Order and the Resistance War is going on. So I really want to go over this new and mysterious character that's really going to be used as a way in order to really expand the current Star Wars lore, something that we have never seen before in a Star Wars movie. Now, the Dark Acolyte, the whole entire concept of it all, I believe the last time we even saw that was in the Clone Wars movie. So with that being said, the fact that they are taking elements from that and inserting it into Star Wars Episode 9 is brilliant. Now, in case you guys are just tuning in, the Dark Acolyte is going to be the new villain in this film that is actually said to be portrayed by Matt Smith, and that this character does indeed have a connection to Emperor Palpatine. Now, I want to go over the costume design. Now, it's described that he sports a black cape and has black gloves and even has this necklace around his neck where a device is attached to it that glows red. So we've been hearing about all these different devices in different shapes and in different forms that glow red and are attached to the Beyond, of course. Now, we do know that the Beyond is going to play a major role in this movie, and it really does bring one to question exactly what is around the Dark Acolyte's neck. You know, what's attached to this necklace that's glowing red? Darth Vader has a similar object that we have been going over, as well as the Knights of Ren and what they stole from the Acolytes of the Beyond after their return from their mission during the events of The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi that will be explained in The Rise of Skywalker. So the other piece that I do want to go over is, of course, one of the descriptions in which it explains where we have, of course, the Dark Acolyte viewing a tank of some sorts that's glowing in a green hue with tubes attaching to the ceiling. So it leads me to believe that this is most likely going to be a bacta tank or something around those lines. Now, like I say, we do know that this character is only going to be teased in the second act and is going to have a significant role in the third act of Episode 9. That's how he's viewing a hologram of the entire galaxy and is zooming in on the Resistance and the First Order's position where the war is actually growing. So why is the Dark Acolyte actually examining and being very analytical of this galaxy map and viewing exactly where the war is going on? Now, I'm not quite sure if this new villain, quote-unquote, the Dark Acolyte, even has an army of his own, or if this is just a single character that's going to act on his own to fight both Kylo Ren and Rey. As of right now, that's exactly what that is. It's just going to be that. It's just going to be Kylo Ren and Rey fighting the Dark Acolyte, and that is going to be the new threat in Episode 9. So as of right now, there's no word on whether or not he's associated with a different faction or some kind of order or some kind of army out there. That's the biggest question of all, right? So, Matt Smith, guys, like I say, his character's on lockdown, and it's pretty much nearly confirmed now that he is indeed going to be portraying the Dark Acolyte. Matt Smith himself denied it several times that he's in this movie, but if you guys go ahead and check out the international StarWars.com website, he's listed on there, and we could see why he's denying, he's actually, a part of this movie, is because this character's role is going to be a huge one in the third act of the film. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.